quick video, I will briefly discuss essay structure. So to begin, here is a quick diagram of what an essay will look like. Now in high school, a typical essay might consist of 5 paragraphs. The first will be an introduction, then there will be 3 body paragraphs, each with their own idea that supports the thesis statement, and you'll finish with a conclusion where you restate the thesis statement. Looking at this diagram, you can see that the driving force of an essay is your thesis statement. So let's quickly look at what an introduction might look like. Well, it starts off very vague with a hook. The purpose of a hook is to grab the reader's attention. You can do this with an interesting quote, a question, a statistic, an insight or an observation, or even a personal story. The point of it though is it has to be interesting. You have to draw the reader in. Now, as I said, your hook is quite vague. It kind of introduces the topic without really introducing it. And because it's vague, we need to bridge in, as the thesis statement, as the picture suggests, is quite specific. So a bridge just links your hook to your thesis statement. Now, in the bridge, it's important that you introduce the text and the authors about which you're talking. It will lead up to your thesis statement, so the reader of your essay needs that information. Don't give specific evidence or details, don't explain the full summary of the plot, just introduce the text and the authors really. And finally is your thesis statement. This is the central claim of your essay. As the previous picture suggested, everything needs to support this. Every body paragraph needs to support this, all evidence and analysis needs to support this. It is the central claim and the driving force of your essay. And it's usually a sentence long, and it comes at the end of your introduction and lays out your supporting claims or paragraphs. Now, if you want more information about introduction structure, there are 3 videos on YouTube about thesis statements, bridging your hook to your thesis, and hooking your audience. I suggest that you watch all 3. Moving on, then we have our body paragraphs. Now, there are 3 body paragraphs, usually. You might want to include 2 pieces of evidence, 1 to 3, no more than 3. I'd say look for about 2 on average, and both pieces of evidence need to be analysed or explained. Once you've done all 3, you can move on. Now, don't forget, body paragraphs need to be clear. That means they start with a claim. You need to support your claim with evidence that's embedded and given context. Analyse that evidence to go deeper, and relate your claim, purpose or prompt back to the thesis statement. Everything relates back to the thesis statement. For more information about this, please go on YouTube and check out the body paragraph structure. There's a lot more details. Finally then, conclusions, the last part of your essay. It's 1 paragraph long, and it differs from the introduction. The pyramid is inverted. So with this, we start specific. We restate the thesis statement. We reword the central claim, the main idea of the essay. This doesn't mean we use the same as the one in the introduction. We don't copy and paste, we reword. Then we summarise the main points of our essay, our claims in each body paragraph. These are usually the topic sentences of each body paragraph, and you can summarise all 3 in a sentence or 2. Finally, a takeaway. Similar to the hook, I find this to be one of the most difficult parts of the essay. It requires you to go beyond the assignment and consider broader issues, make new connections, or elaborate on the significance of your essay. Again, for more information on this, please watch the video on YouTube. So a quick checklist. Does your introduction begin with an interesting hook? It needs to be interesting. Is your central claim or thesis statement clear and at the end? Are the hook and the thesis statement connected? Are the texts and the authors introduced? Does your body paragraphs have clear claims to begin with, where you explain the what and the how and the why? Are they supported with embedded evidence which has been analysed? And does the final sentence relate back to your paragraph claim or your thesis statement? Finally, does your conclusion begin by restating your thesis statement in a new way? Are your bodies summarised? And have you finished with a takeaway? If you've done all of this, then you've probably written a really good essay. Thank you for watching.